Hello and welcome to Capitol Review. I'm Mark Hall. A major shakeup in leadership at the Kennedy Center following President Donald Trump's addition as chairman of the Kennedy Center board. It's certainly a shift in dynamics. Presidents have always chosen who's on the board, but it's always remained bipartisan. As of Wednesday, President Trump is now the chair of the board, less than a week after he threatened to fire members on social media. And returning to Capitol Review is Judy Kurtz. Judy is The Hill's In the Know columnist. Judy, again, welcome back to Capitol Review.
So much.
Judy, let's talk about the Kennedy Center. Obviously, it's a world-class venue, educates people. It honors, of course, the late President John F. Kennedy. But let's take a step back. Who gets to choose who's on the board along with its members?
My answer to that is pretty simple. The president does get to choose who is on the board at the Kennedy Center, but for the past 50 some odd years since the Kennedy Center was created in 1971, that board has had a bipartisan look to it. The president will appoint new members, but they'll still be old board members from past administrations. So it's always had this bipartisan makeup. That, of course, has now changed by President Trump appointing an entirely new board, giving this extreme MAGA makeover to the makeup of the Kennedy Center board.
Of course, the president, now the new chairman. How unprecedented is this move that you just talked about?
Oh, it's unparalleled. We've never seen anything like this. The President Trump, throughout his first term, bucked tradition, to put it lightly. He never attended the Kennedy Center honors, something that most sitting presidents do, after some of the performers who were being recognized at the honors criticized him. So throughout his first term, he never even attended honors. Now to put in these allies of his on the board, and who then elected him as the chairman, is really extraordinary, to say the least.
Judy, the Kennedy Center in many ways celebrated, literally on stage, diversity and inclusion. How do you think this move impacts the Kennedy Center moving forward?
I think it's going to have a huge impact. We've already seen some stars flee their roles at the Kennedy Center. Renee Fleming, the opera singer, Shonda Rhimes, the famed producer, Ben Folds, one of the artistic directors. They all had roles to varying degrees at the Kennedy Center, and announced shortly after President Trump's announcement that he was to become the chair that they were leaving their roles too. So I think we're going to start seeing the impact of that. Perhaps more people in high-profile roles leaving those positions as a result of this. I also think that part of President Trump's motivation in this is really reshaping the cultural landscape. You know, he's had his finger on the pulse of the political landscape so far, and now with his return to Washington, his return to the presidency, he really wants to shape the arts world to reflect his worldview. And he's said before, in his words, the Kennedy Center is too woke.
So what happens next? Or will the Kennedy Center just look different for the next 3.5 years until he leaves office?
It remains to be seen, but I think we are going to see maybe some changes in programming for the Kennedy Center. It'll be interesting to see the types of shows and programs that we do see there. I think it can also affect fundraising and the donors. You know, the Kennedy Center does receive some money from the federal government, but that's more for maintenance costs. Fundraising is really the bulk of how it gets its money, and donors might be shying away from giving money to an institution that once preached a bipartisan appreciation for the arts and is now a blatantly partisan organization.
Judy Kurtz with The Hill, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks so much.